I'm going to run the React scripts build with npx react scripts build. And that creates an optimized production build. It gets rid of all of the runtimes warnings that React has and makes our application as fast as possible. Then I'm going to run npx serve s build like it shows here, and I can go to localhost 5000 to get my application up and going. Now, if I open my network tab, I should expect to see the profile there as I interact with things, but it looks like I don't. Here, let's try that again. The profile does not appear to be showing up. This is actually intentional. The React team knows that adding performance measurements will actually degrade performance by a small amount. Not a lot, but by a little bit. And so they don't enable it by default for production. But because this feature is intended for production performance monitoring, we do need to enable it to actually get that benefit of all of the changes we've just made. And in the instructions, I give you a blog post to show you what changes you need to make if you have your own Webpack configuration. But because we're using Create React App, we just need to pass a flag to make this happen. So now I'm going to run npx react scripts build with the -- profile flag. And this is going to do the exact same thing, except now profiling will be enabled and we'll get a small performance degradation just so that we can measure and record that performance over the lifetime of our app. So now let's run the server here. We'll hit refresh, and this time, after 5 seconds, we should see that profile show up, and there it is. Perfect. So this will be the mount of our app root. So it's important to know that production profiling does add a tiny bit of overhead for your users, which will cause a degradation in performance. It shouldn't be perceptible, but it's enough that the React team decided to not enable it by default. What they do on Facebook.com is only send the profile version of their app to a small fraction of their users, and the rest of them get the totally optimized build of their app. They do this because it allows them to get all of the data that they need for the production profiling and monitoring without making all of their users pay the cost for reporting that information. So just keep in mind that if you want to do production performance monitoring, you need to make sure that you enable the production performance monitoring build with React.